Here we have the 15 Moai in a row that were destroyed by the tsunami in 1960, which came 100 meters inland from the sea. They've all been restored, and if you'll notice, just one has a top knot. The one second from the left made a voyage to New York as an exhibition, and the one all the way at the end traveled to Japan for the Japanese to help in restoration. The only reason one has a top knot is because the native people wanted it to have a top knot. The archaeologists said no. Natives didn't care. They came with their crane and plopped a top knot on top of one of them. The 50 Moai of Ahu Tongariki were first toppled in the 17th century because of tribal warfare. Who knows, perhaps they'll send one of the others on a little road trip to Chicago. It is taboo to step onto the platforms, which is sacred ground. Those are really tiny. Is that the size that they grow here?
No.
They grow bigger ones?
They grow bigger. Depends on where they grow and what kind of soil they have around. If it's not fertile enough, like for example, if it's too black, the pineapples don't become too good. But when
we're having lunch at our tour company. Soup? Tomato with vegetables, onions. Looks good. Chicken and salad. Rapa Nui words. Vaka is canoe. We have to find that in the rock. Mangai, is that how you say it?
Mangai.
Kahi. Kahai?
Kahi.
Kahi, tuna. Mango, shark. All right, note how the two different species are so well represented through simple lines. There's a tuna, big tuna. That's easy enough.
See them much better than this.
Yeah, now you can't. They really are eroding. What are they going to do when they're completely eroded?
Well, the way that they wanted to recover it, it's by the ancient way, by using just rocks instead of modern tools.
Panel in front of us is the most prominent on the north coast, and the whole site was named Papa Vaka after the large double canoe figure, Vaka, carved into the lava flow, Papa. And I'm going to try to make it out on the rock. Let's see, that would be the turtle.
Here, those are to rough and polish the tools that they were using to carve this.
I can make the outline of the double canoe lines. That's easy.
This, it's the one in the morning and the one in the afternoon.
Yeah, you'd have to see it under different lighting.
Yeah.
But the double canoe on the other rock shows up because that's big. Now I can see the hook. It's that little round squiggly thing. Right there.
Not a normal thing to go fish every day here, because fish was everywhere. You just go in the next to the rocks on the coast,
and there were fish.
And you wait for the tide to come up. It'll bring fish. They come eat, and then you just build the whole circle of rock around it.
Mm-hmm.
And when the tide goes out, the fish get stuck in it, and that's how people used to catch fish. But once 1722, when the first European came, in the 21 of May, Easter Day, named the island Easter Island, he saw this statue standing. The last French expedition that came by in 1838 saw this one only standing, which means that the statue was the last one standing until 1800s. 1839 was probably the last year that was standing.
Is that one right there? And how much?
First 9.5 meters with 90 tons. transport 9 kilometers from the quarry here. Has a top knot of 14 tons to transport 15 kilometers from the quarry where we were just today to here. We used to have 4 hens, now we only have 1. The other one that we have today, it still have sand all over, but one side it comes in and out. And then all the other ones today, they're just wiped out by the ocean.
And this is where they would embark on their boats.
Yeah. Goes crazy.
Hang on, Lisa. I'm going to take your picture with your hand.
That's pointing south now.
Uh-huh.
Right there.
Yep. Why do they call it the navel of the world?
First of all, we had GPS. Once we had GPS, we got to be able to find out everywhere. We know every dock in the middle of the Pacific Ocean or anywhere in the world. All right? Now, if you look South America and Australia and all the other ones around, Easter Island's right in the middle. Mm-hmm. People said, oh, we could call that the navel of the world. The people here brought this rock from Polynesian islands in memory of their homeland. In memory of their homeland. That's it. We never said that in those times, in ancient times, that this was the navel of the world. People in ancient times never had a GPS to say, oh, we live in the navel of the world.
Right.
To say that this rock is the navel of the world.
But in the 90s, scientists decided that it's a meteorite.
Yeah.
It's 1.5 tons. Can you believe that they brought it with, right?
They came with them and they brought it from homeland, just in memory of homeland.
The first explorers that came here.